Well, here it is, guys. It's been a while since I posted a video. 2014 RMK Pro 800 blown up. We're gonna tear it down, see if we can figure out what it needs. Stay tuned. Wreck It Wrenching. Welcome to Wreck It Wrenching. Alright guys, first update. I don't know if you can see this. I think so. Down in the Y pipe, there is coolant. So, yeah. Head gaskets are all carnage. We will find out. Alright, pop the head off here. Got some interesting things going on. As you can see, top of the piston's a bit beat up. I'm not sure how or what has happened to cause it, but if you can see it, I'll try and get in close here. The piston actually goes higher than the top of the cylinder. So it's contacting the head. Whether or not it's got a wrist pin bearing failure or something, doesn't seem to be any play. We'll have to tear in deeper to find it, but I'll show you comparatively this one here where it stops. It stops pretty well, flush. And this one here goes right up and over, probably 1/8 of an inch. So definitely got something going on in there. Alright guys, top end's off. We got our diagnosis, I suppose. You can see See the bluing there? But anyways, the lower connecting rod bearing is smoked, which explains why it was taller. I don't know if it's gotten melted or just all the needles are piled up on one end, but she is cooked. So basically sled needs, looks like cylinder is scored fairly bad, so it's going to need a cylinder and pistons, of course, and a crank. So basically needs the whole meal deal. Not great news, but kind of what we anticipated. I guess I'll give you guys an update when we decide what to do with her. All right, well, made a decision. I'm just gonna yank her the rest of the way out here. Basically all a guy can do at this point. pull the bottom end out, strip her right down, probably take the chassis to town and steam clean it. She's filthy dirty down in the bottom there. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, here we are. This is it, all done. She's filthy, filthy, filthy dirty, but bulkhead, everything looks straight, so that's a win. That's something to look for if you're ever gonna purchase one of these. Look down in the footwells, both sides, look for wrinkles, cracks. Pretty common, they'll break there. If they hit something hard in the front, you see them break here as well. Same as this side, just look in there and behind the quick drive there for cracks and bends, waves, things like that. This one fortunately looks good. One thing I did see is this AR there, if you can see that. It's coming apart. But we will remedy that, replace it, or something along that nature. Yeah, this is the bottom end. Let's see there. Our blue there, yeah. That's gonna pretty well do it for this one. Have to decide what we're gonna do with it. All right, guys, it's the next day. Decided I'm gonna finish tearing this motor down. So engine down, piston's gonna come off, intake boots and reeds, oiler, recoil, flywheel, stator, water pump, and then engine mounts. We'll split it. I'll do a few things here, and then I'll stop and I'll show you how guys how to pop the flywheel off. Alright guys, we're at the point, we're ready to take this flywheel off. recoil, engagement basket comes off. I don't know what the proper word is for that. Anyways, these are M6 bolts. They're the longer. This is a snap-on puller. You could use a cheap one, doesn't matter. Basically, make sure you don't thread these in too far. They could damage the stator on the inside, especially if it turns while you're trying to take it off. Just like that. A little violent. I may not use a impact, but this crank is shot, so I don't really care this time. There you go. Here's your flywheel. Stator next. Basically, your pickups. Take those 4 screws out. These 3 out. Wiring pops out of the hole there, and it comes off. And then we'll take motor mounts off and pretty much be ready to split the crankcase. Stay tuned. There you go. So that's basically it. Not too difficult. All right, here we go. Final product. Unfortunately, more bad news. I didn't see it yesterday. I didn't flip it over, but this, you can see that. Yeah, I think you can. Crankcase is cracked, so lower crankcase is a loss. Upper's got a little bit of damage. I think I can maybe use it in a pinch, but probably I'll throw it away as well. Cranks maybe good for a core. That'd be about it. So basically I'm left with the accessories. Just is what it is. You can see there's the culprit. I don't know if you can see that, but that used to be needle bearings in there. They're all flattened out. You can see there's some play in it, and that's what caused all this damage. Was it was just rolling around inside of there, getting shorter and longer, and it just didn't have enough clearance, and it killed it. Here's what it should look like. You can see the needles in there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, basically a total loss, this engine. Cylinder's scored pretty bad, usable as a core or have it replated. Crank is shot. Same thing, use that as a core or have it remanned. Head has some damage. It's virtually engine's total loss. And that's just the game you play. When it comes to snowmobiles, there's some reed pedals are damaged. Probably wasn't loving that either. Most of the rest of them look mostly intact. Some other small pieces here. But that's, yeah. That's pretty much gonna do it for this. Probably gonna end up parting this machine out or else keep it around. And if I have most of it left and I get one that comes in with a rack tunnel or bulkhead, then make one out of the two. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll try to get to posting another one fairly soon, not 3 years from now like this past time. Anyways, take her easy. Have a good one.